TWM Podcast.
It's draft day on Friday Night SmackDown, so let's throw out some smack talk. I'm Matty Deller here on a TWM podcast, bringing you your weekly review of the blue brand. As I said, TWM podcast is where you are listening to this, in particular on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Acast, TuneIn, Podbean, YouTube, and wherever else you get your pods. This podcast is also brought to you by Squared Circle Box. Use the code TWM News for your 10% discount on your first order at squaredcirclebox.com. If you want to get the Halloween box, I do believe today is the final day that you can do so, so get over there as soon as you listen to this, if it is the 12th of October as this is coming out. If not, then sign up for the November crate at squaredcirclebox.com. And as always, covering Friday nights on Fox or Sky, if we're doing the UK version as well, is Joseph. Hello there, Joseph.
Like cutting my hair and going on a journey of character development for some reason.
And everyone likes that said haircut apart from one person. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. So let's start off with the draft. That was basically the entire point of this SmackDown as they began the WWE Draft for the year of our Lord 2019. Don't know why I felt like adding that in. The biggest thing to note here was they put out the draft pools where they kind of selected each, like there's a bank of superstars on one and a bank of superstars on the other. And from what it seemed, the order they gave them out on WWE, on WWE.com, was literally the order they went through on SmackDown. So literally gave away where everyone was going to be if you just followed the pattern of who won that first match. That was pretty stupid.
It was. There is one key change, and I can't remember who they switched him with, but I think Kevin Owens has been switched with someone else.
What, switched different pools?
Oh, as in terms of the order. So they gave us the pools, right? And you are right, for the most part, is correct. But I believe that if you look at the pools and you flip two people around, Kevin Owens is still on SmackDown.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. So what they did is WWE went, what we'll do is keep it exactly the same, but change one. That'll confuse the fans.
And in kayfabe, Kevin Owens is very, very angry about it.
Yes. Overall,
serious. Check his Twitter.
I'm not. Generally, I was out last night, got in, I woke up and immediately watched SmackDown. So I was completely unawares of the world around me. I didn't realise until I checked TWM first thing this morning that WWE had signed Cain Velasquez, and it was official now. That was news to me as I woke up this morning because I'd had about 6 or 7 pints of cider and then went to bed about 3 a.m. So
that was more to everyone else to just have a look, but okay.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that I've just missed all of it, so I will check this out post, but I have seen SmackDown, and I have seen the draft, and my first question is, I know that obviously this is in all kayfabe, and I want to say all of the acting in the war room of the network executives was genuinely some of the most cringeworthy acting I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We've got a draft. We've got a draft pick. Let's pull out pie poppers and go. Yay! They generally look like they might as well have just bought like Getty Images stock footage of boardrooms and just put that on.
Yeah, there was only I kind of like how they lead into how it was. There was only one star really in either boardroom. I enjoyed the fact that in the Raw boardroom,
was there?
They literally. No, in the Raw boardroom, they had a board like from It's Always Sunny. You know that meme?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was the star of the USA boardroom. And the star of the Fox boardroom is a question that you're going to ask later.
Yeah, I will ask it. First of all, the draft would have been massively improved if the Raw boardroom had Charlie Day frantically trying to do the draft for Raw, pointing at different things, screaming. Shouting out wild card, where everyone's like, no, that finishes tonight. It's done. The question I was going to ask, we'll go into the draft eventually, is what the fuck was that football robot in the Fox forum?
I have an answer for you. He's even been on The Simpsons. It is Cletus, not spelled Cletus like the already existing character, but Cletus as in football cleats.
It's an NFL mascot, isn't it?
He's Fox's NFL mascot, like the Toonami robot, but way more problematic automatically because he's on Fox.
This is true. I also love the fact you brought up the Toonami robot. Generally not thought about that since I was about 13. So thanks for that flashback. Yeah, it was just really weird to see a bunch of executives and then a giant football robot going around congratulating people. I really hope that the robot did make some picks. He's like,
clearly his pick was Otis Joseph.
Damn it, you nicked my joke! That was generally the joke I was going for. Of course the robot would pick Heavy Machinery. I know it's all in kayfabe, but for you, looking at the who was where, actually, should I run through the picks first? Let's run through the picks first, and then you can go. So, Raw got Becky Lynch, the OC, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, Bobby Lashley, Alexa Bliss, Kevin Owens, Natalya, the Viking Raiders, Nikki Cross, and the Street Profits. SmackDown got Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Sasha Banks, Braun Strowman, Lacey Evans, The Revival, Lucha House Party, and Heavy Machinery. And that was the first poll. Everyone else remains undrafted free agents. So, Joe, for you, who do you reckon is the smartest pick?
Smartest pick for me comes a bit out of left field. The smartest pick for me is Lacey Evans on SmackDown.
I'll get to the point I was going to say. It's not my pick, but I wholeheartedly agree with your decision. So please tell us why.
I'm no fan of Lacey Evans. You guys know this. There are reasons for this. I know she's had a difficult life. I'm not a horrible human being. I do not wish ill will on her.
Yeah.
I'm just not the biggest fan of her character, and there are certain parts of her personality in real life which don't quite sit well with me. However, what I will say is throwing her on the that is aimed at conservatives is a great way to start turning her face, isn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't the reason why I went out. I went with the fact that putting her away from Becky Lynch is a good idea. I feel like Natalya. Yeah, keeping her and giving her a bit of a fresh start. She was shoved down our throats for the first half of this year, and then kind of went off. In all fairness, she signed off from Raw with a really, really good match against Natalya. The fact that two people I don't particularly enjoy had an amazing match on Raw shows that they are good at what they do. And yeah,
two negatives always make a positive.
And I do love the fact that you've gone, well, the Conservatives will make sure Lacey Evans is basically the face of the company, which I love. I think the smartest one, I know it's kind of a given, but Street Profits on Raw, I feel like is a smart move, purely because I felt like they were going to just have them and then move them back to NXT, but there's literally, even though they had a fleeting run as NXT Tag Team Champions, they were so over. Sorry, I know what that. Yeah, go on. What are you going to say? Sorry.
If you think about it, they packed an entire lengthy run into. I was going to say it's not that fleeting. They beat everyone.
Yeah, it's like
they did.
At
least once.
Fleeting's probably a poor choice of words. It's more of a maybe you could say a brief run as tag champions. Arguably, many people thought it should be a bit longer, but they were the most overact on that roster, and as you said, they have beaten everyone. So there's really no need for them to be on NXT like they are. And also, I feel like as much as they are very athletic, NXT is that work rate show. Raw's going to be the entertainment show out of all the WWE brands. The Street Profits fit more into that entertainment bracket with the added bonus of both being very good wrestlers. So I feel like they're moving to Raw. I'm going to go for my most random pick, and I'll come to you. For me, it's Bray Wyatt to SmackDown. Did not expect that. I know the obvious choice would be Fox, big money. They want the biggest star, so therefore they've asked for the most over guy in the company at the moment. But I imagine Paul Heyman must be fucking fuming. The fact that he's now lost Bray Wyatt off his writing team.
In my head, now he gets Aleister Black to play with.
There's that, which will be really cool if we do finally get the Wyatt Aleister Black feud. I'm hoping that maybe the Fiend.
I mean, as in my head, they should never be on the same roster. In my humble opinion, Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt should not be on the same roster.
It's very similar to you're saying, very similar to the like a lot of people saying about the Bret and Shawn thing, how you keep them away from each other, so when they actually meet, it becomes a big deal rather than have them in the same cause. Yeah.
I mean, like, to steal something I'm really nerdy about, they're pokey evolutions of each other, no?
Yeah, I can see your point. What for you is the most random pick of the draft so far?
Its reaction, Randy Orton to Raw, and the USA executives popping.
What, the fact that the USA executives were happy that Orton's on Raw, but Orton's been
of all the people to pick, if you want to like of all the people to pick, right? Who has been that enthusiastic about Randy Orton since, I don't know, 2013 when the RKO memes were going around?
Yeah, it's true, but he's been okay, and also he's been on SmackDown for a while now, so he needs a change of scenery. So,
but the pick makes perfect sense. The bit that confuses me is the fact that they cut to the USA War Office with the Always Sunny in Philadelphia board, and they all celebrated like they'd just gotten the second coming of fucking Ric Flair.
I see your point. So basically, it was more the overreaction of the Fox boardroom rather than the draft or the USA boardroom. Actually, if there was a reaction of the Fox boardroom celebrating, it might have made more sense.
Yeah.
This podcast, and indeed all TWM podcasts, are brought to you by SquaredCircleBox.com, the only place for your monthly wrestling box needs. With things from superstars from WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, British Wrestling, Independent Wrestling, and loads more, it is the only place that matters if you want to get the best wrestling swag for a low, low price. That low, low price is just £25, people. What a bargain! And you can get snapbacks, t-shirts, magazines, DVDs, trinkets, whatchamacallit, doodads, you name it, they have it each and every month. And just because you listen to TWM, you sexy, sexy people, you get 10% off your first order. All you got to do is use the code TWM News in the checkout. Just use the code TWM News in the checkout for 10% off your first order at SquaredCircleBox.com.
Why not spread? I said, why not spread the gospel of the TWM squad with some of our lovely merch over at Teespring? We have t-shirts for all shapes and sizes, hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and loads more. Also, just for listening to this podcast, you can get 10% off your order. I said use it. I said use it. The code podcast. That's podcast. Once again, podcast in the checkout for 10% off at teespring.com/stores/TWM-wrestling-merch. That's right. Praise. Testify.
Other big thing.
Bliss as well. Celebrate for Alexa Bliss as well.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Alexa Bliss. The other thing to note from SmackDown is we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion and a brand new Bayley. She's got a new attitude, slashing her Bayley buddies. It wasn't with a knife or an axe like I hoped. It was with this, basically, like some sort of grappling.
It was a light tube.
Was it a light tube?
It was a light tube. It looked like a light tube to me.
I thought it looked like a weird, like grappling, not a grappling, like it looked like it basically, it's very similar to the thing that Austin used back in the 90s to cut the Titantron open. Like,
okay.
It's not one of it's like a long stick with a blade on the end. She's got new hair, new gear, and a new attitude, and it led to her regaining the SmackDown Women's title. Before we get on, actually, we'll start with the new look because I'm in the minority here. Love Bayley's new heel persona. I did say she needs to change. I feel like after a while they need to just give her a fresh start with a new character. Because you can't really do like. The Sami Zayn thing was capturing lightning in a bottle, that you could just keep his character exactly the same and somehow make it heel. Yes. It would have been very hard for them to do it twice. The new gear is really, really cool. For some reason, the fact that she's now got a not a roll neck, what's the correct term? Would it be turtleneck or roll neck for the, like, I can't think of the term, because it's not exactly probably more like a turtleneck top and stuff. Some reason makes her look more heelish. I don't know why, it just does. The theme at the end, yes, is a bit Poundland Tommaso Ciampa, but Poundland Tommaso Ciampa is still better than most. That's really good.
I don't like the new theme. I want. I'm going to send you something after this that you can possibly put. Do you remember the Gregory brothers?
Vaguely.
They used to do all the Songify This auto-tune remixes and stuff.
Oh yeah, like Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife. Yes.
Yeah. Like, they're actually really accomplished actual musicians, and what they started doing were covers of meme songs. Like, that's how they keep their YouTube money going these days. Obviously, they're not getting the same hits as they used to, but it just keeps them ticking over. They do covers of meme songs in different styles, and they did a minor key cover of flipping All Star, and it sounds incredible. And that's what I want. I want a heel remix of Bayley's theme.
Oh, didn't they? I swear, didn't Wrestle and Flow do like a rap thing for Bayley's theme as well? But like not to her theme, it was to a. I used to look at. I swear, Wrestler. If not, then he should be doing something for Bayley's. Like, Josiah should be doing something for Bayley's theme.
Either that or just call E40. He's not doing much, and I know he worked for very little. And they're both Bay legends. The
only thing I didn't like, the promo was brilliant. Even though I had to rewind to be like, did she start off that promo with "Hey bitches"?
She did. And
the highlight was I watched SmackDown this morning with my other half there, and literally at the exact same time that Cole said it, my girlfriend turned around and went, "What did she say?" Because she's obviously wears a very like, family-friendly product. And she's like, did she say "Hey bitches" to start that promo? It was great. The only problem I have with it, and I know I'm the minority, is I don't like her new haircut.
Just purely from a perspective, it frames her face a little better. So it complements the structure of her face a little better. I think, and this is really funny, because Matthew is completely devoted to a certain NXT superstar. And I think it makes Bayley look more like her, which is look. I've been part of the Bayley fan club from day in it.
Yeah,
I was in that crowd chanting "Hey Bayley" in it. Yeah, yeah. So like.
I'm just not a fan. Yeah, I feel like it ages her, but not in a good way. It's very, I want to see the manager style haircut, IMO.
But yeah, no, but for some reason, it really sets her off.
Yeah, but I think it should be a bit more, because if you look at the hoodie, the way she wrestled, the way, how angry she was, if that haircut was like a bit more asymmetric and they went full emo Bayley, which I think is what they're going for, like an emo Bayley, like that's tremendous. And I will say, they want to do surprise. I did not see Bayley winning this at all. That was it. I'll tell you this, no over lie. I was writing the notes for this before the match finished. I generally wrote all this up and went, but it still led to her losing to Charlotte Flair. I generally was like, well, she's not losing. Well, clearly she's not winning because Charlotte just won the belt. And then I remembered the last 3 title reigns she had has been 12 days, I think 5 minutes, and then this one was at like 5 days. So, yeah, like, they are racing her to try and make her better than Ric Flair at a bigger rate they tried to do it with Cena.
And to be honest, Ric Flair's last few reigns were short. Also,
thanks, Vince Russo.
Woman herself said to us on Twitter, yes, your boy has receipts. Chess, not checkers.
Yeah, I'm on board with all of it. It was really, really good. Did not see the title change. I like it if they're going to have a heel Bayley at the top of the card. They've also now got both. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to quickly check the draft board again. I don't think I'm wrong. They've got Sasha on top of the card, and it would behoove SmackDown to probably draft their own champion. I imagine all the champions are staying on the show. They're meant to be, except I will imagine the Intercontinental and US titles will switch sides.
They already drafted AJ to Raw, which is where he was.
Oh, they did, didn't they? It's a good point. So I'd imagine all the champions are going to stay in exactly the same spot.
They split up Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, so thus keeping us away from Kevin Owens being a Grand Slam champion by being in a tag team that we all crave.
Yeah, the cock teases. I will say I did laugh at one bit. I don't know why. Corey Graves just going, Bayley is slaughtering those inflatable people. Genuinely makes me laugh.
You didn't really like the hair. I didn't really like the music. So that's got us on a level. But I think we can both agree the only way that this entire execution of this could be better.
Yeah.
If Byron Saxton was on commentary.
What, him? Basically, if you've seen the video, it'll be up on our podcast page, the video of the child crying as Bayley slashes the Bayley buddies. If they had that but Byron on commentary just going
no, the Bayley buddies.
Fucking Byron laying across them going, take me instead, Bayley, take me. I would love it, by the way, if like for the next few weeks Bayley demands they keep the Bayley buddies out there, so just dead Bayley buddies all over the floor as she comes out to ringside.
Oh, you brought out the Bayley buddies again. It'd be an awful shame if I...
Next week she just poured gasoline on them and sets them on fire. Other bits on SmackDown, because literally, like, it might be a bit of a short show because it was the draft and then everything else was just matches. So Seth Rollins over Roman Reigns via disqualification to give Raw the first draft pick when Bray Wyatt dragged Rollins to hell. At least they did that and didn't go, well, it's a no contest, so they went, well, no, Seth Rollins representing Raw, he got attacked by Bray Wyatt, so Raw gets the first pick. So at least they followed through on that.
If you think about it, it makes sense that he'd attack Seth, because I was thinking maybe he'll attack Roman, but anyone but Roman, and that's another L in Roman Reigns' very long. Oh my God, are they doing the "it's a bad year for me" storyline with Roman Reigns?
Well, they're doing the whole John Cena thing, so he's going to face The Rock next year instead. They're now officially calling Chad Gable Shorty Gable. And also not even giving him another win. They had him lose to King Corbin again. So they're not even going, he's got a weird name, but he's got momentum. It's like, he's got a weird name and he's jobbed out again. It's just, yeah, they don't, like, they've got Chad Gable, an Olympian who's legitimately charismatic and like wrestling wise, like the second coming of like a Taz or a Kurt Angle, and they're like, no, sorry, we're going to call you short and have you job out to Baron Corbin because Vince has a boner for him because he's so handsome. Gary Sprawn, Baron Corbin, wow. I have a question for you. How do you book the former WWE champion Kofi Kingston after he lost his title in 8 seconds? Do you A, have him come out and cut a fiery promo saying that he vows to win the championship back? B, do you have him confront Brock Lesnar and maybe have a brawl where he could either come out on top or get beaten down again? Or C, do you have him not mention it at all and do a charity spot where he's really, really happy and seemingly completely forgotten that he used to be a main eventer? Which one do you pick, Joe?
I pick option D, where him and AJ Styles in the hot tag spot go through literally all of their signature moves, counter for counter, and then he hits a Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere, making him look ridiculously strong.
But before that, you had him. WWE pick C, which is make him look like that he didn't really give a toss and do, like, have him cut a promo before he does the charity spot at least.
One of the key facets of the New Day.
No, I know it's the whole thing of the positivity thing, but he's just lost the WWE title in 8 seconds, and you could see the reaction online. It does make him look like a bit of a twat.
Claps or he snaps.
It's
not snapping time yet. They'll all snap because they're not breaking them up.
Why do you remember things that make stuff make sense, you bastard?
Joseph, will you do the Saturday SmackDown show with me? Yeah, sure. That's what I do, like.
Why do I always forget your one gimmick, which is you have receipts? Rey Mysterio showed footage of when Cain Velasquez battered Brock in the UFC. this is probably the only chance we can get to talk about it before it actually happens. They officially announced Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel, and Tyson Fury versus Braun Strowman. I think I said this when they did the pull aparts on SmackDown and Raw, that I really don't want to watch Crown Jewel, but these two matches really make me want to watch Crown Jewel.
Well, that's on you, bro.
Yeah, I'm having literally a moral quandary of like, I don't really want to felicitate and like give my visual support to Crown Jewel, but I really want to watch Tyson Fury versus Braun Strowman and Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar, even if Cain Velasquez's knee is absolutely bollocked, as many people are reporting. It's a tough one. That's SmackDown. Like I said, it was a lot of draft heavy stuff. There wasn't a lot of backstage things. It was very straight down the line.
We did gloss over one of the happened on this SmackDown.
Was it about the football robot again?
It was that Stephanie came out to an absolutely banging theme.
That theme, she's never had a good... Actually, no, her last good theme was when she had Triple H's theme, but the instrumental version. I hate her theme. I hate all of her themes, apart from that one.
That girl there, lips, hips, hair.
Also, I love how she's like, no one... She got like a not reaction. She's like, what, you aren't booing me anymore? And they booed her, and then she laughed. I'm like, you are a weird human being. You are definitely Vince's daughter, you weirdo.
Why... as you asked me when we're talking about sessions, why are you like this?
Why are you like this? The other thing we have to do now, because full disclosure here, we were going to go and have 205 Live on Best of the Rest, but then they moved to Friday, so this is the only real chance to cover it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do 205 Live, and because not a lot really happened, I'm going to cover it in 205 seconds. So this is the first ever instance of 205 Live in 205 seconds.
Can I interrupt you here?
Yes.
Can I interrupt you here? Get your phone. I want an audible alarm. I want to be cut off right now. I want you to be cut off. Right. I'm going to cut you off. Right.
You want it to...
Or should I time it? Should I time it?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you time it, and then you can have the alarm go off in the background. So Joe, you got the timer?
I do have the timer.
Right. So 205 Live in 205 seconds begins in...
Now.
We open with a recap of Lio Rush's NXT Cruiserweight Championship win. He beat Drew Gulak on NXT. It's now called the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. So this is basically NXT 205 Live. NXT if someone I got a second show. We get Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch defeating Tony Nese and Drew Gulak via pinfall. I'm going to get my phone in case I run under, and I'll read out some Oney Lorcan tweets. We also get a backstage hype video for Isaiah Swerve Scott. So he's going to be a permanent fixture on 205 Live. Backstage, Drew Gulak isn't disappointed by losing the belt because the Cruiserweight division is really, really competitive and all that. And Lio Rush stepped up and brought it to him. But next time he's going to get the belt back. And he's saying that he is still the law of 205 Live. We then get a video thing of Lio Rush saying he felt like a kid holding the WWE Cruiserweight title, or the NXT Cruiserweight title as it's now called. And he says he has no issue with... giving Drew Gulak a rematch. Ari Daivari defeated Chris Bay. He's literally been on every show. He was on Impact this week, and he's also been on GCW. He's going to be a big star for the future. The main event was Brian Kendrick defeating Akira Tozawa via pinfall, because Brian Kendrick has got his 56th new tag partner on 205 Live, because Mike Kanellis interfered and returned and interfered and helped Brian Kendrick beat Akira Tozawa, and they shook hands and embraced to round off 205 Live. How long have I got left, Joe?
Literally got 2 minutes.
Right.
Can I interject?
No.
I am upset. I am upset. Scott is on a show for feds. I am also very amused that the Cuck and Spanky are tagging together.
That is hilarious. Oney Lorcan tweeted 10 hours ago, about a year ago, Mauro Ranallo told me I should tweet more and just let my freak flag fly, and Roman Reigns told me I should keep summoning the power of the warrior. So that's what I do now, throw him up. And then 22 hours ago, he said, me and Danny are going to be on 205 Live on the WWE Network after SmackDown. If they try what they did last week and not air the show, I'm going to freak out and kick everyone's ass in the back. So don't worry, 205 Live will air tonight after SmackDown on the WWE Network, which it did. And then one last tweet to round things off, because I imagine that I'm running out of time here. One time I was supposed to wrestle Brutus Beefcake and I was fired up, but when he showed up and saw he got hot because I had no hair, and he told the promoter he couldn't work with me, and I was like, damn. But after the show he drank like 15 Bud Lights with me and called me brother. Have I still got more time?
Have a minute.
Why is 205 Live still on air? Why is it not just part of NXT? Why?
They do oh man, but they do, because they do the Help for Heroes whatever show, Tribute to the Troops. It's just clearly a show for feds.
That's the reason why it's on air. It's 205 Live. It's a show for feds. We still talk about it, and this was 205 Live in 205 seconds. I imagine
less than 205 seconds.
Less than 205 seconds. We'll call it less than 205 seconds now, because we've just filled for the last 2 minutes. That's not lie. Is the time running out yet? I'm getting bored of talking.
Seconds.
Pardon?
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Right. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14,
10,
13,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Only
1.
rules. There we go. We filled up 205. If you want to get in touch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at TWM Wrestle. You can subscribe to the TWM podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, Acast, Podbean, and YouTube. Check out all of our stuff at twm.news. There's loads of stuff about WWE, AEW, New Japan, BritWres, independent wrestling, all that good stuff. Check that all out at twm.news. Joe, your social media?
Social media. Who should I put over this week? Going to put over this man. I'm going to say at the OJMO, because he is not an up-and-comer. Grab the bog roll from the bedside table. He already came.
Yeah, that was generally made me laugh on Twitter yesterday. I'm Matty ID. We are at TWM Wrestle. This was Smack Talk, and we'll talk to you guys next Saturday.